All right, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. Welcome to day 2.
Welcome to day 2. This is the International Boys Conference 2025 with the theme Reformation. I hope our boys are here already.
I
It's
hope
your
you are
time.
here. Let's see the chat room. Let's see the
see
chat
you in
room.
the chat.
How was yesterday? Are you ready for today? Are you set with your water, with your jotters, with your pen? Did you share with your friends? Let's see the chat room. Go to the chat room and let us know how it was yesterday and
For
what's
you.
your expectation for today.
Yes, you're
Let's see you in
welcome.
the chat room.
And
It was
happy World Day
good.
to our boys.
Yes.
World Day of the Boy
It's our
Child.
day.
Congratulations to all the boys all over the world.
Congratulations.
Big congratulations. How do you feel today?
How do you feel? What did they do for you today?
Tell us
what happened.
Have your
today.
parents done anything?
What have they done?
What did they do for you? Tell us, expose them now. What did they do for you? Did they get you anything?
Goodness.
Did they pray for you? Did they take you out for dinner or for lunch? Not your dinner. All right, you feel good. Wow. Well done and congrats, Charles Decker.
Absolutely.
All right, Olufunke Iyao just interesting yesterday. Chinyere Oji, they've not done anything for you. They gave me plantain. Oh my word. That's good. That's good. Please say thank you to them. We celebrate you. We're proud of you. We're rooting for you. The world cannot wait to hear you.
Absolutely.
We can't wait to see the change that you hold to show forth to the world. Congratulations to all the boys.
All this we are doing is just for you.
Just
to let you know how much we love you.
And you alone.
Celebrate you. And you are the best. So I hope you are ready for today, because we're going to take our impact story now as we prepare for our session. So the impact story is rolling up shortly. So get ready, because we're going to have a mind-blowing experience today, and we're going to have the best of time. Yesterday, you saw Coach Ibuka and Coach David, right? Today, hey. Who are we having? What are we having today? We're going to have a mind-blowing experience, and we're going to have the best of time.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes. And tomorrow we'll meet for the grand finale.
All of you, how many of you are coming live? Where are those in Abuja that are coming? So my parents are not listening for me. All right, we are going to have the best of time. So we'll play the impact story of Mr. Prince, please. All right, and then after that, we are going to play the profile of our speaker. The next voice you're going to hear on the next video is that of a boy who have been impacted by the academy. Let's take the impact story and back.
Hello everyone, my name is Prince Israel Otache Achegulu. This journey has started a very long time ago, since 2018. Before I met Coach Ebuka, my life used to be very rough. I had no peace, I was confused, and a lot of conflicts were going on in my life. Back then, 2018, in Living Faith Church, Durumi, we were in for a Wednesday communion service at the youth church. So I excused myself out. I went and smoked some cigarette, and when I returned back, Coach Ebuka approached me, and he spoke a lot of things with me and made me understood a lot. So from that time, this journey has really come a long way. He made me to discover and also to know the mantle God has given me, the work God has given me to do, the male seats from my family, because I come from a royal home. solemnly depend on me to be broken from a pattern. Glory be to God. I could at a point be able to open up with the kind of person he is, with the kind of love, the affection he showed, despite the fact that we went astray at a point. When I was in school, I was a drug addict, I was a smoker, I was hard drugs addict, I was also a fornicator. At a point, the center of my life had no meaning. I kept companies which I was not supposed to keep. I was also involved in the confraternity, the Save the Boys initiative. This is an initiative of transformation. Despite my back and front, at a point I wasn't supposed to graduate from school, but glory be to God. I could digress a little into my testimony, to make the whole of these things better. This is a story I want to give to have an impact on the life of the younger ones coming up, which is very important. I want you to really know that there is nothing God cannot do. And when you learn to open up to the right people, God helped me. I had a mentor whom I could confirm in, I could open up to, I could say a lot of things to. He always made me to understand there's no need being shy. I could open up, I could say things to him with the kind of relationships he kept with me. Things my own biological father could not even listen to me. He listened to me. He heard me out. Close to my final year in school, I had issues with my dad. There was no peace. He was more of like a father to me. He was the only one I could confide in. He gave me a lot of support, physically, spiritually, and financially too. I tapped into that grace. Glory be to God. I enjoy that grace today. As a result of him not giving up on me, with his prayers, his encouragements, and his support, I can boldly tell you that God has done a lot of work on me today. I can boldly tell you today, to the glory of God, I'm drug-free, I'm free from all addictions, free from sexual perversions, all of the addictions. Save the Boys initiative. This is a spiritual arrangement and organization that has been put in place by God to amend the broken ones coming up. So please, I urge you at this point, when you get the opportunities, for this man to give you his listening ears, it's good for you to open up, you speak up, because a lot more is going to be done physically and spiritually, and it's going to help you go a long way. Thank you, and God bless you.
Amazing. Thank God for that transformation. I can't wait to hear your own testimony too of impact. The world is waiting to hear you, because they're going to pick what you've gotten from this program and you're going to share it to the world. They're going to leave it out, and we can't wait to hear your testimony. So go straight and take the profile of our next speaker, and I hope you are ready. And we're going to have a mind-blowing experience. Get ready, and let's take the profile of our next speaker.
Ruth Ede is a teens development coach with great focus on the boy child. She does this with her husband through mentoring, coaching, and training boys in life, leadership, and purpose, seeing to their holistic development and advocating for their well-being. She's co-founder of Save the Boys initiative and convener of Boys Leadership Academy, where they have taught boys and youth for many years in a unique and practical way to learn personal responsibility and leadership. Ruth Ede is a passionate child of God, intentional wife and mother, and she has in many ways impacted many young people across several platforms in Nigeria and outside the shores of Nigeria. She is passionate, intentional, and committed about the holistic development of her children, both biological and foster, and has in many ways established relationships for holistic transformation through mentoring, training, bonding, and equipping them. Ruth left her educational profession and career to actively pursue with her husband the singular purpose of changing the narrative of masculinity and raising healthy boys to men. As a way of sharing feedback from her experiences, she and her husband convenes the Boys Leadership Academy, Boys Leadership Club, Boys Day Out, Boys Leadership Boot Camps in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, Back to School Empowerment Scheme, International Boys Conference, and she has co-authored 8 books for boys, including a 365 days devotional. Purity Code, the journey into manhood for boys, she unarguably considers her marriage a formidable force for divine agenda. Ruth is married to her Ikem, Ebuka Ede, and they are blessed with 2 biological daughters and many foster sons. Ruth Ebuka Ede, now speaking.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And happy World Day of the Boy Child to you listening to me. I hope you've been having an amazing day already. Thank you so much for joining us again at the International Boys Conference 2025. It is my pleasure to be talking to kings, world-class leaders, and boys who will become men that will change the narrative and the systems and the order of things around the world. I hope you know you are not just an ordinary boy. You're a king. You must believe it, you must own it, you must agree with it, and you must live it out. There's a template to living like a king. But first of all, you need to agree, you need to own it, and then you can live it out. All right, so this evening, the topic right before me is the pillars of growth. The pillars of growth. Why are we talking about growth to boys? Well, the first thing I'm going to say to you is that the only person you will become in life is the person you choose to be. The only person you will become in life is the person you decide to be. You will not become the person the world throws at you. You will not become the person the internet throws at you. You might not even necessarily become the person your parents are looking at. You will not become the person your friends are telling you to be. You will become the person you decide to be. So what does that mean? It means that you are fully responsible for the outcome of life. Yesterday, when Coach David was talking to us, he was talking to us about our choices and how our choices determine the strength of our voice in the world. And that is so true and so profound. No boy can become anything outside of the choices that he makes. So it is your personal responsibility to make choices that looks like where you are going to. So you don't want to be the boy that makes poor choices, make poor decisions. You don't want to make decisions that will deter your future. You don't want to make decisions to be empty. You don't want to make a decision to be a poor specimen. The Bible says that if anybody faints in the day of adversity, it says that his strength is small. What does that mean? It simply means if any boy fails in the day of opportunity, if you meet with opportunity and you blow opportunity, it means that you are a poor specimen. That's what the Bible says. So, as a boy, you are responsible for preparing yourself to meet with opportunities. Opportunities roll themselves out on a daily basis. It is your responsibility to prepare yourself, live your life like a boy on a journey to embrace opportunities. Because when opportunities come, they will not wait for you to decide. Opportunities should meet you prepared. So you should make a decision to grow. You should make a decision as a boy to dream. Dreaming is make a personal decision. I have somewhere I am going. There is a place I want to end up. There is a kind of person I want to become. There is a kind of institution I want to be known as. I don't want to be known as just a boy. I want to be known as a city. I want to be an ordinary person. I see myself as a nation. I see myself as an extraordinary person on an assignment. That is to dream. And when you dream, you make choices with your dream. And that is growth. So growth is your ability to own your dream. Growth is your ability to own your journey. Growth is your ability to decide the way you want the outcome of your life to be. Growth is not necessarily outsmarting anybody. As a matter of fact, growth is not you outsmarting anybody. Growth is you running against your own limitation. So whatever is a limitation for you, whatever it is that makes you make all sorts of excuse to remain small, is something you need to grow above. You know, somebody once said that if your destiny is important to you, you will pay the price, do everything to achieve the goal to help you enter your destiny. But if your destiny is not important to you, you will make excuses. If you're important to you, you will pay the price to get in there. But if it is not important to you, what will you do? You will make excuses. And what are some of the kind of excuse you can make? You will say, oh, I'm just a little boy. I still have time. I have time to enjoy my life. I have time to just dilly-dally around. I have time to just excuse myself from responsibility. I have time to do whatever I want to do. It is my parents' responsibility now to look after me, pray for me, guide me, protect me, ensure I have everything at my beck and call. If you don't understand the place of your destiny, you will make excuses. You will make excuses such as, oh, I'm afraid of standing up. I'm afraid of standing up to a bully. I'm afraid of standing up to make a difference. What if I'm rejected? What if people look down on me? What if people laugh at me? What if people don't listen to me? What if people say, oh, who is talking? All of these are excuses that you make when you don't understand the potency of your destiny. When you don't understand the weight of your destiny as a boy, you will make excuses. So the Bible says, oh, the entire creation, the entire universe is looking out for the manifestation of the sons of God. The world, every single person, the universe, everywhere, they are longing. There's a lot of errors everywhere. There's a lot of wrong things going on. Happening in the world of boys. Some people are turning themselves to be girls. Some people are looking at themselves and they are saying, I'm not satisfied with the way God made me. Why did God even make me a boy? I want to be a girl. Some people are not necessarily saying it, but they are acting it. Some people are trying by all means to change their identity from what God has made them, forgetting that God never made a mistake. No matter how a boy tries to change himself, he will never become a girl. Because the order is a standard and never be changed. So when you look at the creation, you look at the universe, you look at the world, and you see all of these things, you know that when the Bible says that the world is waiting for you, it is you looking at me. You are the one the world is waiting for. You are the one to change the systems of the world. You are the one to correct the order. You are the one to put things in the right perspective. You are the one to make sure that things are taken back to the shape as it was originally created. You are the solution. That's what it means. You are the solution the whole world is crying about. But can you imagine that when that you're supposed to be the solution, you are not preparing yourself to take over that office? You're not preparing yourself to take over the mandate of being a solution. You are not preparing yourself to take over the authority and the lead as a solution. When you are sitting down in your corner, just sitting down at a corner and expecting things to unfold, you're not taking a decision, making any effort to ensure that it will not be in your lifetime that things will spoil. It will not be in your lifetime that the order of things will be destroyed. It is your personal responsibility. So you must take full responsibility for your life. It is not about your parents. Your life is not about your parents. It belongs to you. Your parents are only just there to guide you. Your parents are only just there to hold your hands and pull you to the place where you are supposed to be. So growth is you owning your journey. It is you becoming the better version of yourself. Growth is not you becoming another person. Growth is not you becoming like your friend. Growth is not you becoming like any other person. It is becoming the very best version of yourself. Growth is your ability to say no when you have to say no without feeling guilty. Growth is your responsibility, your discipline to say no when you have to say no without feeling guilty. So something is happening around your school. Something is happening around your neighborhood. People are doing things that are wrong, and they are trying to get you to join them. And they are trying to get you into the space where you join them, and you forget who you are. You have not grown. Growth is your ability to say, I will not break bread with the people that will break my values. When you say, I will not break bread with the people that will break my values, that is growth. So once your growth is important to you, there are things you want to do. There are things you want to put in place to make sure you enter your destiny and enter holy. All right. Now, some boys will say, oh, I'm just so small. Why is she talking about growth? I'm just so small. It's my parents. My parents will pray for me. My parents will make sure I do my tasks, do my assignments, do everything. It's my parents' responsibility to make sure that I turn out well. Well, yes. But again, remember that you are fully and solely responsible for your life. Let me give you an analogy. Especially for those of you that are saying, oh, I'm just a small boy. I'm just 6. I'm just 7. I'm just 10. I'm just small. I still have time ahead of me. Now, how many of you know an acorn? An acorn is a small fruit. Yeah? A small, very small nut-like fruit. Very, very small. If you will plant an acorn, you will bury it in the ground. All right? And then it will grow, sprout, and become all of that. But inside of that very small fruit is the ability to become an oak tree. Inside of that very tiny seed, very small seed, is the ability to grow and blossom and become a very big oak tree. And do you know some facts about the oak tree? The oak tree lives for over 100 years. In fact, there are some species of it that lives for over 1,000 years. The oak tree is known for its strength. The oak tree is associated with strength, with courage, with resilience. The oak tree produces fruits, and also, which is food, and also produces shade. Right? And also produces shade. So you are like an acorn, that tiny little seed, right? People might just look at you and it's just like, oh, it's just a small seed. I'm just a seed. I'm just a small boy. I don't really know so much. There is not so much I can do. But right inside of you is greatness. Right inside of you is the potential to become the solution for the world. Right inside of you is the potential to be a healing river. Right inside of you is the potential to be a covering. Right inside of you is the potential to bring the word that will heal the world from the scorching of the sun. So anytime you see yourself as I'm just a small boy, just a little boy, I'm just small, I want you to remember the acorn growing up to become an oak tree. See yourself as that. And that is what it means to dream. What it means to dream is to take your eyes beyond where you are and see where you are going. What it means to dream is not to settle for your current failures or experiences. Maybe you're currently failing in something. Maybe you're failing in a particular subject. Maybe you're failing in a particular thing. Maybe you are currently not, you are still here and there. To dream is to push your mind to where you are going and keep your eyes focused and fixed on that direction. Now, what are some of the things that will help you grow yourself to enter into that place you want to be? What are some of the things that will help you grow yourself to become that world's greatest person? Some of you love the basketball legend, Michael Jordan. A lot of you love him. You talk about him. Oh, I want to be like Michael Jordan. Oh my God, I want to play football and basketball. I want to be able to do this like him. But Michael Jordan was a man that experienced a lot of setbacks as he was growing up. A lot of setbacks. But you know what? He didn't allow the setbacks to keep him down. He didn't allow his fails to keep him down. He didn't allow the fact that he missed a shot in his career for over 9,000 times to keep him down. He didn't allow the fact that he missed over 300 games in the course of his career to keep him down. He didn't allow the fact that for 26 times that he had the opportunity to shoot the ball to a win, he lost it to keep him down. He pushed himself beyond his limitation. And that's why I said growth is you pushing yourself beyond whatever is limiting you. Pushing yourself beyond where you find yourself now. Pushing yourself to that place you need to be. And that's why as a boy, it's an error to settle for less. It's an error to settle for smallness. It's an error to tell yourself, I am small, nobody needs me. Nobody wants to hear my voice. Nobody wants to know me. I'm not even important. When others are talking, I'm not important. You are important. You are important. And we need you to know that you are going to grow up to become a priest, not just a king. You will grow up to take up the office of a king. You will take up the office of a priest. And so these are things you must groom yourself to become. Do you think that people who become kings, they just sit down and then all of a sudden the baton just fell on them? There is a training. There is a rigorous process they go through, even as princes. Even as princes, they take them through a process so that when they become kings, they sit in that office comfortably. So you will notice something about the lineage of kings. Even as a boy, they begin to tell you, they begin to sell it to you. They begin to tell you things about being a king. They begin to speak it into your mind. And that's exactly what we are doing. What we are doing today is speaking something to your mind. Is sowing a seed to your consciousness. Is sowing a seed to your spirit. So that you don't choose to live your life carelessly. So that you don't choose to live your life anyhow. Daniel and his friends that made a decision and said, we will not defile ourselves with a portion of the king's meal. They were young boys at that time. They were actually young. And they made up their mind. They made up a decision. Do you know the part of that story that thrills me a lot? The fact that their parents were not there. The fact that their guardians were not there. The fact that nobody was even watching them. The fact that they had to make decisions on their own. Nobody was there. You need to begin to understand that kind of discipline. The discipline to make the right decision, whether somebody is watching you or not. What you are doing is that you are preparing yourself and journeying into the kind of future you want to get into. So what are some of the things that you need? What are some of the things you need to enter that future? What are some of the things you need to get into that place where you become a voice, where you become an authority, where you sit at the table to make decisions, where you sit at the table of authority to make decisions, where you lead, where you influence people, where your life becomes an influence? What are some of the things that you need? Number one, you need accountability. The first pillar is accountability. You need to be accountable. First, accountable to yourself, and that's self-discipline. You need to be first accountable to yourself. Set boundaries around your life. Build your life around values and principles. Don't be a city without walls. Don't just be that boy that you are just open. Anybody can just come into your life. Anybody can just make you do anything. You can wake up any time of the day you like. You can do anything you want to do. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can spend the whole of your day on the screen without anybody talking to you. Your parents are not around. You stay on the screen. You watch television. You play games from morning till night. You sleep late into the night because you're on holiday. You just live your life to chance. You just do anything because nobody is watching. You can't grow like that. You cannot become a leader like that. You cannot fill the empty spaces of the world like that. You can't take authority over the systems of the world like that. You must be accountable to yourself. Accountability to yourself is your ability to say no, whether anybody is watching you or not. That is you being accountable. You say no, whether somebody is there to watch you, whether nobody is watching you. My parents are not around, but I will not break my values. I am not where my parents are, but I will not throw away my values. I will not throw away my principles. This is not about my parents watching me. It's about the dream that I have. It's about where I'm going. It's about who I am deciding to become. It's about what I am called to become. It's about the world that is waiting for my manifestation. So I am not keeping my values because my parents said so. I am not taking a stand over unrighteousness because my parents said so. I am taking a stand because I know who I am and I know where I'm going. That was the understanding of Daniel and his friends. They know who they were. And that's why they said, the way we are, we can't defile ourselves. Dear boy, why are you defiling yourself with things that are of no value? Why are you defiling yourself with emptiness? Why are you defiling yourself with trends? Why are you defiling yourself with things that are not according to the order of priesthood? Oh, there's a story I love so much in the Bible. And it was a mother giving an instruction to her son. Proverbs chapter 31. That woman was giving instruction to her son. Her son, Lemuel, was a king. He wasn't an ordinary boy. He was a king. And then when the mother would give him the template for him as a king, she said to him, "Oh, Lemuel, it is not for you as a king to take strong drink, alcohol." Oh, some boys say, "Oh, some boys are doing it. Everybody is doing it and getting away with it." In fact, I have heard that when I take alcohol, it will make me real. I have heard that when I take this thing, when I smoke this and that, it will make me stronger. It will make my mind to be sharp. But do you know that when you know who you are, when you understand the staff of authority that you carry, when you understand your position as a king, you will follow the order for kingship. That was the first instruction she gave to him. She said, "It is not for you to drink strong drinks." She went further and gave her king, her son, who was a king, another instruction. She said, see, don't waste your strength on women. Wow. That was an instruction to a boy. That was not an instruction to a parent. It was a parent instructing her son. Don't waste your strength on women. Do you know what the Bible says? Proverbs 28. The Bible says that your glory as a young man is your strength. What the world admires about you as a young man is your strength. And the strength we are talking about is not the strength of your fists. The strength we're talking about is not the strength of the volume of your voice, how loud your voice can go. The strength we're talking about is not the strength for raising your shoulder and trying to be an influence and forcing yourself over people. The kind of strength we're talking about is your strength in responsibility, is your strength in standing out. So you have got energy. It's true. As a boy, you have strength. There's so much you can do. There's so much running through your mind. There's so much happening on your mind. You are thinking of what to do the next minute. It's because inside of you, deep inside of you, there is a potential to create. You have great potentials to create. That's why there's strength inside of you. So don't waste your strength. Some of you waste your strength on the internet. You waste your strength on social media. You waste your strength scrolling down. I even hear that some people go as far as wasting their strength as a boy, twerking on social media. Why are you wasting your strength? When that is your glory, you are wasting your strength, it means that you are wasting your glory. Check it out. What is sapping out your strength? What is reducing your energy? Look at that thing, name it, and fix it. Make up your mind to turn a new leaf. That is growth. So if you're going to grow and take over the world and rule the world and remain relevant in the world, then you must be accountable to yourself. You must discipline yourself to stay through process. Some of you don't like to stay through process. You like to jump out of your making process. For example, we're having a class right now. Some of you can't sit in the process. It is difficult for you to sit down. You cannot rule the world when you cannot sit down to learn. You cannot lead people when you can't sit down to learn. Sitting down is a big deal. Staying put in one place is a big deal. Spending 40 minutes to learn is a problem. You can't lead the world that way. Because tell me, how will people sit to listen to you when you have not learned to sit, to listen and grow? How? So growth takes the effort of sitting. You will submit yourself and be accountable to a system and a process that you can learn. You must stay in your learning season. And this is your learning season. This is your sowing season. This is a season where you sow into your future. So you must be accountable. You must understand consequences as growth boosters. Consequences are growth boosters and not punishment. So it is part of accountability to own up when you make mistakes. It's part of accountability to own your process when you make mistakes and fix them. Stop waiting for people to fix your mess. Stop waiting for your parents to come and bail you out. Stop waiting for your parents. Oh, some of you know, I have a father that will bail me out. I have a mother that will bail me out. No matter what I do, they will come and bail me out. Can you grow and fix your mess? Stop waiting for people to fix it for you. That is the kind of boy that will lead the world. Number 2 thing that will help you grow is that you must embrace mentorship. Embrace mentorship. Accountability will charge you up. Mentorship will bet the potentials that you carry. Accountability will charge you up. Mentorship will bet the potentials that you carry. Commit to the process of mentorship. Allow yourself to be led. Allow yourself to be guided. Allow yourself to follow instructions. Allow yourselves to be instructed. I just told you about a king that allowed himself to be instructed by his mother. He listened to the instruction of his mother. His mother sat him down and gave him instructions, and he followed. Remember the boy Samuel. Samuel followed in mentorship to the point that he knew the voice of his mentor. He allowed himself to be guided. He allowed himself to be taught. Allow yourself to be taught. You cannot become when there is no process of teaching. You will never become when you don't follow the process of teaching. And then number 3, you must be ready to serve. For you to grow, lead the world, become one of the world's greatest, renowned, whatever you decide to be. For you to become a voice in the world, for your voice to matter, you must serve. You must give yourself to apprenticeship. You must serve. If accountability will charge you up, and mentorship will bet your potential. Do you know that apprenticeship will prepare you? It will prepare you for the throne. It will prepare you to take the office of the king. It will prepare you to lead the world. So you don't just want to be a leader that gets into your leadership space without preparation. If opportunity meets a boy that is not prepared, it is calamity. Opportunity meeting lack of preparation is calamity. So you must allow yourself to be prepared through the process of apprenticeship. Allow yourself to be led. Submit yourself to serve. David served. Do you know that when David was to be crowned a king, he was found in the place of service? When David was to take the authority of kingship, he wasn't found watching cartoon. He wasn't found playing games. He wasn't found somewhere just going everywhere, strolling everywhere, moving up and down. He was found in the place of service. Where are you? What are you doing? At home, do you serve? At school, do you make efforts to serve? During the holiday, do you allow yourself, release yourself to serve? You must make effort to submit yourself to service. Even Joseph, when Joseph was to go and face Goliath, do you know he was actually in the place of service? Because the Bible said he was taking food to his brothers. Service. He was going to serve his brothers. He was not saying, no, I have seen dreams about myself. I have a dream about myself. I cannot go and be serving anybody food. He wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying, no. I'm a big boy. Me, I cannot be going up and down to go and be giving people food. He was in the place of service. When the opportunity to defeat Goliath came, where are you? Where are you? If we look for you at the moment, where will you be found? On the screen? On the internet? Where are you? Where are you currently? You must be found in the place of service. It is apprenticeship that will prepare you. It is apprenticeship that go and submit somewhere and do internship during the holiday. Make up your mind. I will go and learn something. I will go and walk, even if it's your father's office. I will go there. I will mop the floor. It doesn't remove your kingship. I will sweep the floor. It doesn't make you a slave. I will not leave the entire work to the housekeeper. I will do something. I will learn. My mom is in the kitchen. I will join her. I will join my dad to wash the car. I will do this. As you do it, you are becoming a better version of yourself. As you do it, you are becoming a better person. Apprenticeship is not slavery. It is a growth booster. It is not to enslave you. It is to crown you. Best of you to be served. Boys will say, oh, I'm a leader. I'm a leader. Oh, yeah, they've told me that I'm a leader. I'm the head. When I become a husband, I will be the head of the home. Hey, I'm the leader. I'm the one leading everybody. I'm the one doing this. Hey, nobody should talk to me. So they should serve food for me. They should bring the food to my room. I can't sweep. I can't mop. I can't cook because I'm a leader. Until you serve, you are not qualified to lead. Until you serve, you are not qualified to lead. Until you understand servant leadership, you are not ready to bring your head to be crowned as a king. Until you are first a servant, you cannot be a leader. Because leadership in the actual sense is serving. Leadership in the actual sense is service. So if you don't have the mindset of leadership as service, you would think leadership is exerting authority over people. That's not what leadership is. Leadership is first service. So put yourself in positions and systems where you can serve. Very important. And again, the next thing I need you to know that will help you in your growth journey is that you must be ready for hard work. You must be ready for hard work. Opportunities must meet you in the place of hard work. Opportunities must meet you in the place of hard work. Do you know what work does to you? Work launches you out. Work launches you out. Remember, I said accountability charges you. Mentorship bets your potential. Accountability charges you up. Mentorship bets your potential. Service prepares you, and work launches you out. I'll take that again. Accountability charges you. Mentorship bets potentials in you. Service prepares you, and work launches you out. At this point, you become a voice. You become a force to be reckoned with. You become an authority. You become a sound that everybody wants to hear. So if you are going to grow and make an impact in your generation, you must be ready to work. The truth is, there is no great person that you see today that became great by chance. You don't become great by chance. You don't become a king by chance. You don't take up leadership by chance. You are prepared for it. You are trained for it. And one of the things that train you is that you submit yourself to the discipline of work. You submit yourself to the discipline of hard work. Academically, you are putting in the work. You are reading. If you want to understand the world and the systems of the world and how to play in the world, you will read. If you want to understand yourself, you will think. If you want to help people, you will grow. And if you want to grow, you must stretch. If you want to understand the world and the systems of the world and how the world plays and how you can play in the system of the world and make a great name and become that great neurosurgeon you want to be, become that great man you want to be, become that great influence you want to be, you will read. And that is work. To read is work. You will bend your neck and read. You will commit to the process and read. If you want to bring out your own potential, if you want to find your voice, If you want to know what is deep, lurking inside of you, you will reflect, you will think. You will spend some time in your quietness alone to think. You will get comfort. You will get comfortable with being alone. You will not join the crowd. You will not race with the crowd. You will not race with those who will pull you back. It's okay to be alone. It's not a crime. It's okay to be alone. And at that point, you are bringing out the layers of your potential. If you want to help people, you want people to listen to you, then you will grow. And if you want to grow, you will stretch. Because anything that will stretch you will grow you. Whatever does not stretch you does not have the chance of growing you. Whatever does not stretch you does not have the chance of growing you. So when you are stretched by a school task, when you're stretched by reading a book, when you're stretched by staying up to pray, when you are stretched by house chores, just know that those things have the capacity to grow you. All right? And then finally, you are responsible to take responsibility for your life. You will take responsibility. Full responsibility. Do you know why? Nobody owes you anything. Nobody. Nobody owes you anything. Remember, I started by saying, who you will become is a reason or a matter of the choices you make today. So nobody owes you anything. Nobody, actually. Nobody owes you anything. So when you think that your parents will make ways for you to write exams and pass, they don't owe you that. Nobody owes you anything at the end of the day. You are responsible for the outcome of your life. So you must own it and live with this consciousness. Now, what are some of the things that can happen when you don't grow? Number one, when you don't grow, you shrink. You hide and you die. Because anything that is not growing is dying. It might not be physical death. It might be the death of your potential. It might be the death of your mind. It might be you reducing yourself to something smaller than you can be. So when a boy is not growing, he's shrinking. When you're not growing, you are hiding. You are covering yourself with other things that cannot project you. When you don't grow, you miss opportunities. When you don't grow, you become entitled. You expect your parents to run around your life for you. You expect people to do things for you. And the moment they don't do it, you feel bad, you feel terrible, and you feel like taking revenge. You are entitled. When you don't grow, you will not make progress. You can't make progress without growth. And then what happens when you grow? You become a better person. You make better choices. You become a voice of influence. You inspire others. You are better equipped to lead. When you grow, you are better equipped to lead. And then, of course, you own the stage of life. Life becomes your stage and you own it. You are not afraid of rejection. You are not afraid of missing out. You are not afraid of not fitting in. You are not afraid of making mistakes. You are not afraid of being rejected. Life becomes your stage and you own it. You own it. You live it. You enjoy your life. That's what happens when you grow. So it is important that you grow. God has expectations over you. The world has expectations over you. So it is your responsibility to grow. Now, in conclusion, I'm going to conclude at this point. Maturity is not your age. Maturity is not your age. Maturity is not the size of your muscle. Maturity is not your height. Maturity is not your weight. Maturity is not how big or how small you are. Maturity is taking full responsibility for every day of your life. That's maturity. So when you wake up in the morning, you are matured when you make your bed. You are matured when you keep the house tidy. You are matured when your parents can leave your younger ones with you, go and come back, and everything is in one piece. That's maturity. So maturity is not your age. Yes, when people grow old, we say, oh, congratulations, happy birthday, you have grown old. But growth is not necessarily your age. You can be 15 and not know anything. And you can be 6 and be full of wisdom. Maturity is not your age. Growth is not your age. Growth is you taking full responsibility. Being responsible for the choices you make. Oh, I made this choice because I have a dream. What is your dream? Where are you going? What responsibilities are you taking to enter that place you want to be? What responsibilities are you taking? Or are you sitting in the council of ungodly boys, joining them to make a jest and to laugh about growth? Or are you walking with friends, walking in the path of sinners, walking with friends, gisting with them, talking about frivolous things, things that don't have value, things that cannot add an inch to your life? Where are you? What are you doing with this season of your life? You must grow. If you don't grow, your voice cannot be heard. If you don't grow, nobody will listen to you. As a matter of fact, if you don't grow, your kingship is shaking. If you don't grow out of your small-mindedness, grow out of entitlement, grow out of wanting your parents to do everything for you, grow out of that place where you want to be bailed out, grow out of that place where you think, oh, the world revolves around you. The world does not revolve around you. As a matter of fact, you must grow. You must grow and wake up to be able to face to be able to face failure and be resilient. You must be like that acorn with the mindset of an oak tree. That acorn, but it sees itself as an oak tree. I might be small. I might be 10 years. I might be 20 years. I might be 15 years. But inside of me is the capacity to change the world. When you see yourself that way, you embrace your process. You follow the process. You agree with that identity that God has put in you. Then you will actually change the world. That is where I would stop for today. I want to believe that you have learned something. I want to believe that you heard something. You heard one thing. One thing. Thank you. I can already see it in the chat room. What is that one thing you have heard me say? What is that one thing that you have learned? Somebody said accountability. What is that one thing? You can put it up for me in the chat room. Let me see it coming in the chat room. What is that one thing that you can do differently, that you can add to your life to become the voice that the world needs? I want to see it coming in the chat room. Put it for me in the chat room. Let me see you writing it. What is that thing? Yes, accountability. What is that? Being responsible. Thank you. Being responsible. Yes, responsibility is the hallmark of a reformed boy. Actually, responsibility is the hallmark of a reformed boy. So take the process of your life seriously. Take the season of your life seriously and become the best version of yourself. I cannot wait to see you at the top. I cannot wait to see the difference that you will make with the information that you have got from IBC 2025. Thank you for being here and thank you for joining us. Please don't go away because the conversation continues.
Wow, 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 wow. Can I see the chat room? Can I see the fire emojis? Wow, wow, wow. When you don't grow, you shrink. A lot of boys are shrinking because they've refused to grow. You sure you can hear me? Please confirm you can hear me. Because they've refused to grow. Anything that will stretch you will grow you. So you can't just say, I want to be great. I want to be at the top, but you don't want to stretch. And I hear I say, sweeping the floor does not make you a slave. No. If I go to my parents' house today, I still sweep. In fact, when I was in university, somebody said my bed is sweet dreams. The way I lay my bed, clean the room. But look at where I am today. So accountability changes. You cannot say, hey, I want to be great, and you don't want anybody to tell you what to do. The pillars of growth has just been it for me at IBC 2025. Service launches you out. This is the time of growth. This is the time of growth, because until you are a servant, you can't be a leader. So we need accountability. And the word that hits me more is allow yourself to be taught. So many boys, it's not that there are no people teaching us. We don't want to be taught. What is that mentorship? What are they saying again? Please, oh, allow yourself to be taught. These are the pillars of growth. Let me see the fire emojis. Amazing. Thank you, Coach Truth. That was oh my God. The boys, you can't remain the same after this conference. We can't remain the same. Thank you. That was mind-blowing, and God bless you. So I'm going to go on and take an impact story, and then we'll have the last set of speakers for today. Interesting, mind-blowing. Take a cup of water. We have learned about pillars of growth to allow yourself to be taught. We are not tired. We move because we are taking over. If it's PS4 now, you can play for money till night. This is the time to learn once in a year, and we are ready to go. Are you ready to move on? Are you ready to move on? Let's take an impact story, and we'll come and take the profile of our speaker, Barrister Ocholi, my own brother, one I respect so much. I admire Barrister Ocholi so well, as in I want to be speaking and breathing fire like him. You will hear him today, and you will be shocked at the level of wisdom. Let's take this impact story, and we'll roll out his profile. Thank you very much. The media, are we there? Thank you.
Can be among friends, and there's no confidence. There's no confidence. I'm not able to own up. I'm not able to say some certain things because I was scared. I felt like I was in a box. I felt like because I didn't know so much, there was no way for me to be confident, and that affected my mind a lot. And I remember this particular incident. Someone came to me and gave me water, like blocked water, like iced water now, inside a bottle. And when I saw it, I was like, no, this cannot be water. The water I'm used to, or the water I know, is the one that you can actually fetch or drink or something. But I'm seeing water blocked in another state, and I doubted it. That's to tell you how timid and how how it was. Yeah. And fast forward to the time when my perspective started changing was in 2018 when I met with Coach Ebuka. And when I met him, in my mind, I'm like, this is someone that the things he was doing at the time, I was really amazed. And so it changed my orientation, it changed my mindset, it changed my perspective. He kept telling me, and as at that time I had to submit under him as my mentor. He kept telling me, he kept instructing me, he kept telling me that I am good enough. Those words were really, they really helped me, because it made me to come out of my comfort zone, out of my timid zone, to come out of that place where I was shy, I was not confident in myself and all of that. And I came out to a space where I could really, 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 be confident in myself. And so that changed my perspective. So coming from a background where I was very timid, I could not stand up for myself. And after I came and I met with Coach Ebuka, it changed a lot of things for me. And that perspective helped me while I was even in school. While I was in school, I became one of like the best in my class. And in fact, I held leadership positions from my primary school down till went to my university days. Yeah, that's how confident I became. That was how I started learning, I started reading, I started equipping my mind with great stuff. And I can say one thing for sure, that being under the mentorship of Coach Ebuka has really been a great blessing to me, because one thing I will keep saying is that it has changed my perspective and my orientation, that I can be bold, I can be confident, I can be whatever I want to be, fully I can work hard. And for me, that perspective has reshaped my future. I'm at a space right now where I am learning a lot. I'm learning to become the best of myself. And guess what? I am seeing the future. I am very confident about the future, because I know that following the footsteps of Coach Ebuka has really impacted so much in me, that I am seeing myself right now as a change agent in my space, in my environment. Coming from someone who was timid, who came from a village, from a very local background, I'm at a space and I'm at a place in my life right now where I am seeing the future because of genuine mentorship. And I just want to say to everyone listening to me out there, you too can be the best of who God has made you to be, only if you can submit yourself to mentorship. And I want to thank God for the mentorship and guidance of Coach Ebuka for this year. It has helped my mind, and I know for sure that the future is going to be amazing. Thank you for listening to my impact story.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed. That was profound. And we're happy. And we'll hear all your stories. Everyone watching us live. Yeah, the truth.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Powerful. How timidity turns to strength. We're happy to hear that testimony. We can't wait to hear yours. Please send us a review. Send us your testimonies. We look forward to reading from you.
And if you're not in the Boys Leadership Academy, you're missing a whole lot. Boys have been transformed from all over the world. So we employ everybody listening to us to make sure that you are part of the Boys Leadership Academy. And now have my own barrister, my friend, one I respect so much. When Coach Tony is speaking, I'm always like, God, please just give me this wisdom. Let me tap from it. That's how he taught me last year how to do one business that I don't want to talk about here at the gate today. All right. But we'll go straight to read this profile of Barrister Ocholi. Please, let's have his profile.
Ocholi Okutepa is a co-pioneer of the relationship and marriage outreach, reaching out to all classes of singles and married couples through the Singles and Married Hangouts, Sit-Outs, monthly in Abuja, Nigeria, and the monthly premarital classes for singles and the School of Marriage for Marrieds. The Hangout events have been hosted from city to city in Nigeria and other parts of the world since 2015. The vision he has pursued with his wife Julia is to bring clarity to single people before and in the course of relationships and help establish godly homes through the teaching of biblical principles on relationships and marriage. Ocholi also believes that through prayers, the will of God is established, and he continues to see diverse miracles released in his ministry as God intervenes in circumstances that require more than teaching and human action. He is the author of several books, including Hobby and Wifey Checklist, Questions You Must Answer Before You Say I Do, which he co-authored with his wife. Ocholi and Julia Okutepa are ordained traveling para-church ministers and direct fellowship at the Summit Bible Church, Abuja, under the leadership of Dr. Andy Osakwe. Ocholi is a legal practitioner by training and managing partner of Fluma and Law, a firm based in Abuja. He is a notary public, holds a master's in oil and gas law from the University of Aberdeen, Scotland, UK, and he is an alumnus of the Institute of Public-Private Partnerships and the International Law Institute, both in Washington, D.C., USA. He is married to Julia, his lifelong love, and together with their 3 children, David, Ariella, and Hamina, they make their home in Abuja, Nigeria. Ocholi Okutepa, now speaking. Ocholi Okutepa is the co-pioneer of the relationship and marriage outreach, reaching out to all classes of singles and married couples through the Singles and Married Hangouts, Sit-Outs, monthly in Abuja, Nigeria, and the monthly premarital classes for singles and the School of Marriage for Marrieds. The Hangout events have been hosted from city to city in Nigeria.
Amazing. Wow.
Good to see you,
oil
sir.
And gas law. Now, oil money. Thank you so much for joining, sir. We're glad to have you. And thank you so much for doing this again and again. You are here. We are together for life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Hello, Barrister Ocholi. Can you hear us, please? Okay, so there's an issue with your audio because we are hearing it in a different version.
He's speaking one language.
He's speaking a different language entirely, as if we are speaking Chinese. He's
still speaking a tongue.
So we are still hearing Chinese.
No, it's not better. Or let's confirm. Can others hear him clearly?
Can others hear him clearly?
Let's
please,
confirm. Please tell us in the chat room. Can you hear him clearly?
Know. Those in the chat room should please talk to us.
Please tell us in the chat room. Can you hear him clearly? Or you can hear Chinese?
Okay, maybe you leave the stream and come back again.
Yes.
All right. Would have had tonight's session in Chinese. I think it would have been a good one.
We will still understand. We are ready. All right,
in the chat room, we are not even seeing your chat to know what you're saying. Pastor Johnny will be back.
Pastor Johnny will be back, and this time around he will be back with English. And somebody said Chinese. Don't worry, you will soon hear English.
I mean, if you can speak Chinese, maybe God is saying we need Chinese boys in the academy, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I was just remembering the session last year. I was talking about something very funny about a particular business. And I can't forget that analogy. It was really profound. And I can't wait to hear him again tonight talking about positioning for global impact. Because one of the things we have seen is that we are raising foolish virgins, boys who are intelligent, boys who know book, who are taking first, but they are not aligning, they are not positioned for global impact. They don't know what it means to stand with the Committee of Nations and take their stand and take their place. That is a problem. Because we're not just raising you for your bedroom. All right, we are raising you for the world. All right, the world is your stage. And we should be asking ourselves this time, is the world ready for you? All right, because of the kind of impact. And so, how can we position for global impact? How can we position ourselves that it's not TikTok dancers that are the one trending, that are the celebrities, that are the influencers? So you don't need to dance on TikTok to be a great person. You don't need to twerk to be a great person. You don't need to do Yahoo to be a great person. How can we position ourselves to take charge, to take over? How can we prepare ourselves for the future and for the world? That is the essence of this conversation. All right. And we need to, like I said, we are still waiting for official approval from the UN for our date, the World Day of the Boy Child. So we need you to be a voice. We need you at that place of the helm of authority to be that light that we are looking for. And that is the essence of this conversation, positioning ourselves for global impact. I think that is really profound truth. All right, because our boys need to speed up and not because we can't all be gamers, we can't all be just footballers.
Cannot all have talent without training.
Absolutely.
A lot of us are very talented. Oh my God, once you touch things in the house, you fix them.
Absolutely.
You lay your hands on your parents' phone, you lay your hands on the computer.
Absolutely.
You can fix anything that is not working. In fact, a dead thing comes alive. Very talented. You can do lots of things. You can rap, but you are not trained.
You are not trained. You are not trained.
So no matter your talents, if you are not trained, you can't take over.
Absolutely.
No matter how talented you are. So that's why we are also not raising you to be a local champion. Just raise you to be a king in your house.
Yes, absolutely. Not just a king in your house.
Just be a king in your your room.
In your room.
Your room is your kingdom.
The king of your bedroom.
Nobody sits on your bed. Nobody comes into your room without your permission. Nobody, because you are the king and the lion of the tribe of your room. That's not what we are raising you for. We are raising you to be a voice in any global room. No matter the room, you are able to speak. People are able to hear you, and they are transformed.
Absolutely.
So I'm not raising boys that will just talk, but boys that have talent, they will be trained and they can transform.
Amazing.
All right, thank you very much.
Let's know the language you're going to hear now. Can you hear us, Pastor Johnny?
Yes.
Hey, it's English.
Okay,
thank God.
So you see, that's why you need to keep raising this voice, so that one of them can help me. The one with me, I did not call him to come and help. What happened is there's a camera. The sound was going through the camera, not through the mic of the laptop.
Okay.
So I had to restart it and separate the camera from the sound. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you. Thank God. Thank
Your
God.
boy is busy reading, so he wasn't here. He'd have helped me.
Thank you. Also see our daddy, Dr. Osiri, in the live stream. And very soon we're going to have him up to also say a few things to the boys as he gets ready for tomorrow. But it's actually fire. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much. I was saying earlier, thank you so much, Coach Ruth and Coach Ebuka. Thank you for doing this. You have made it very easy for a lot of families all over the world. And God bless you. God bless you. My time is significantly reduced because of the difficulty we have had, but I'm going to use that time so that the other speakers for the rest of the day will be able to take their session. So I'll just stand on every prayer said so far and every grace shared so far and go straight to it. So position for greatness and global impact. All right. So first thing I'll say is that we live in a world that is global in nature today. That is why we are able to do a conference like this, and people from all over the world are a part of it. And what I'll say first is, if in this generation, whatever you do is not positioned for a global effect, then you are not doing it right, because the barriers are gone. All right, there are no more barriers, there are no more limitations. The internet, social media, and every other media is designed, all right, to create global reach. But here's the deal: not everybody is going to have global impact. All right, not because God doesn't want them to, but because if you do not position for what you should do, all right, you would not do it. That's why I like the subject I am giving to share on. All right. So one of the things you must take note of, or the first thing I would say you should take note of, is it is your responsibility to position. All right. It is your responsibility. So if you are if you are a boy joining, you know, right now, you should type, "It is my responsibility to position for global impact." Can you type that in the comment? It is my responsibility, all right, to position for global impact. Because you see, gifts and talents, abilities are not enough. You see, we are different kinds of people. We are differently gifted. We don't have the same ability. But positioning is a responsibility that we all have. All right. So how do you position for impact and, you see, global impact, and how do you position for greatness, as it were? Number one, I said it is my responsibility to position. All right. It is my responsibility to position. Now, how do you position? You position when you know the area of impact. Because for a lot of people, the problem is so many things are distracting them. And why are things distracting them? You see, a man that is not going anywhere is a destination. A man that is not going anywhere is a destination. All right. So before you begin to talk about even positioning, which is your responsibility, you need to know your destination. You see, when you see a boy behave this way or that, it is a revelation of how they perceive their destination. Can I repeat that? When you see a boy act in a certain way, it is a revelation of the destination they have found. I'll give you an example. The more a boy matures, the more the boy does not need father and mother to remind them to read. Academic success becomes a personal destination. Do you get what I mean? So you see, what happens is when you catch him reading, he's positioning for the destination. So you cannot position until you define the destination you desire. So can everybody type that also in the comment? I cannot position until I define the destination. I cannot position until I define the destination. All right, so the positioning is the response to the definition of destination. Can I repeat that? Positioning is the response to the definition of destination. So you see, when I'm able to define the destination, then I would respond by positioning. So when you see, let me use the academic example. When you see a boy say, this term, I want to end with so and so and so result. You see, that's a destination defined and desired. So you see, when you see a boy not taking certain steps in life, it is because there has not been, all right, a proper definition of the destination. And if you are a parent joining, I know some parents are joining because they are joining with their word. one of the core responsibilities of parents is to help their sons uncover and define the destination. You see, one of the reasons why a lot of parents bark and shout and lose it all the time is because they are not calmly trying to help their words or sons define the destination. You see, that's why you are making too much noise, too much quarrel, too much shouting. Why? Until you help your sons define the destination, you will struggle with their action. Until you help your sons define the destination, you will struggle with their action. One more thing for some parents joining us today. You see, it is good to warn about wrong destination, but it is not good enough to just be a warning machine. Because one of the mistakes parents make is that they also continue to warn and warn and warn and warn. Don't follow drug people, don't follow girls, don't follow boys, don't follow. You can even make music out of the warning. You see, what if you are using Google Map and it says don't go right? So where do I go? Tell me go left, tell me go forward, tell me go backward. Help me define direction. Don't just warn me where not to go. All right? Because it's not balance. Balance comes when I'm able to give direction. Go like this, go like that. Okay, let me stay with my topic. All right? So I said, number one, you need to define the destination. Because positioning is the action that is taken in response to the defined destination. All right? So prayerfully, of course, you pray. God will guide your heart. All right? Define the destination. Some of you listening already have some destinations in view, either through your talents, your abilities, or teachings that you have heard. All right? You're already defining a destination. A destination is laying hold of your heart. All right? So here's the deal. Here's the deal. For a lot of people, they start off defining a destination, but allowing distractions to take away the destination. And I'm going to repeat, to position for greatness and global impact, the destination has to become a dream. The destination has to become a dream. You just don't define it. You make it a dream. You see, even for honoring God and following God's ways, there's a place for ambition. When I say a place for ambition, it doesn't mean you will now take over from God who ordained you for it. No. It means what the Bible, I'm a believer, I'm a preacher, so I'll refer to the Bible. It means what the Bible said, that the zeal of the Lord's house has consumed me. You know, the reason why we can get distracted, discouraged, and pull away from the destination is that we have not converted the destination to a dream. What is a dream? A dream is a picture that you will not shake off until you fulfill. A dream is a picture that you will not shake off until you fulfill. A dream is so powerful that you would even shake off your own weaknesses to fulfill it. A dream is so powerful that when you miss it, when you make mistakes, you will remind yourself of the goal. A dream is what wakes you up when you are discouraged. A dream is that force that reminds you you can't stop here. A dream is why you rise up even after you fail. A dream is why you continue even when you're tired. I can tell you that the greatness called Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth right now and the entire team is a dream being fulfilled. Why do I know? I can tell you that to sit here and do this conference every year, to do the camps for the boys, move from city to city in Nigeria, in the UK, in the US, in Canada, everywhere in the world they are going to, it is not always about convenience. It's not just about great people will go through great trials. So you see, If a boy does not lay hold of the destination as a dream, if a boy does not lay hold of the destination as a dream, distractions will take them away and they will not be positioned. Discouragement will take them away and they will not be positioned. You see, but when it becomes a dream, remember, Joseph had a dream. Joseph had a powerful dream. But like I said, great dreams, great trials. Great dreams, great temptations. Great dreams, great discouragement. Great dreams, great oppositions. Great dreams, great adversity. Great dreams, the greater the attack of Satan. But you see, what happens to people, I'll give you an example. Martin Luther King Jr. of blessed memory. I have a dream. I have a dream. He kept backing out his dream until he died. But guess what? Great men don't die because their works live on. Today, we have public holiday in America to celebrate the Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And that dream is alive because the blacks can vote. And an African American could become president. African American could become vice president. African American could challenge for the presidency. Why? One man stood and said, I have a dream. I have a dream that someday my 4 little children will not be judged by the colors of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. His dream was worth dying for. Why? It was not just a destination he defined. It became a dream that defined him. Please, can every boy on the call just type that down? It's not just a definition, a destination defined. It's a dream that defines me. So to position, that's why you see people of great dream. People wonder, are you mad? Why are you not stopping? You run into financial crisis, you're not stopping. You run into failure, you are not stopping. You organize a conference, only 10 persons came, you are not stopping. You organize a conference, only your family showed up, you are not stopping. You design an app, nobody bought it, you are not stopping. You did so and so, nobody did this, you are not stopping. Why? I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. They shot him, he didn't stop. They opposed him, he didn't stop. They locked him up, he didn't stop. They beat him up, he didn't stop. They arrested him, he didn't stop. Why? It was not just a destination, it was a dream. And what is a dream? Like I said, it is when the destination defined begins to define you, where you realize that you are no longer trying to do it, it is now doing you. That is when you are positioned for global impact. That's when you are positioned for greatness. We have too many people who have the spirit of start and stop. Too many people, they have the spirit of start and stop. They start a thing, they don't follow through. They start a thing, they don't follow through. They start a thing, they don't follow through. To be great in this world and to make global impact, you are going to have to continue what you start. So in the world in which we live, why? People are looking for cheap validation. So they make a post because they did not get 50 likes. On the day they made the post, they get discouraged. No, you have to be more consistent than your challenges. Everybody, please write that down. You have to be more consistent than your challenges. Your challenges are going to persist, I can tell you. No great man on earth, no great man, no great man. Some of you have heard the story of Abraham Lincoln. That man failed so much that the definition of failure in the dictionary may have become synonymous with Abraham Lincoln. He failed. He contested elections and lost. He contested elections and lost. He lost the election at every level. But guess what? He was destined to be the president of the United States of America. What happened? He was more consistent than his challenges. Challenges will come. Opposition will come. You will start things that will look like nobody is supporting you. You will start things that will look like nobody is patronizing you. You will start things that will look like it's never going to work. No, it's going to work. So Let me now make some few points so that I can answer a question or two for tonight. I know other speakers are waiting. Number one, I said, it is my responsibility to position for greatness and for global impact. It's my responsibility. I must take responsibility. Number two, I said, you must define the destination because positioning is a response to a defined destination. Number three, I said that the destination must become a dream. And it becomes a dream when the destination begins to define you. Now watch this. Watch this. Let me just make a few points. Number 1 point. Those 3 points are foundational points. Let's now make the points I want us to keep in positioning. Number 1 point. Prepare like the dream will give you an opportunity because it will. Prepare like the dream will give you an opportunity because it will. Let me give you an example, an honest one. Honest example, and I'm not lying. I had no preparation today for this session. Not because I undermine you. I told myself I'm just going to speak from my heart to the boys. But what is coming out right now without any notes, without any preparation today of what do I share with them? What do I say? Is preparation for opportunity done before opportunity presented itself. I am just sharing live lessons based on my doing it. So to position for greatness and global impact, you must be in a state of readiness, ready in season and out of season. So if you took me right now, this minute, maybe you take me to Redemption Camp, or to Shiloh, or to Glory Dome, some of the biggest places of worship in Nigeria, and put me on the pulpit and give me a Bible. Out of my belly shall flow rivers. What is inside will come out. So to position for greatness and for global impact, you must prepare when nobody is looking for you, like everybody will soon look for you. That means you must read. You must listen. You must pay attention to the area of your skill. When nobody is looking for you, nobody. So that means it is in the desert we prepare for the podium. Every boy write that down. It's in the desert we prepare for the podium. Because for a lot of people, they need one chance to be global. And let me quickly say this. We all start local, but God's intention for us is global. We all start local, but God's intention for us is what? Global. So number one is prepare like the dream will give you an opportunity because it will. And that's what I said. It's in the desert we prepare for the podium. It's in the desert we prepare for the podium. Where did David learn to kill Goliath? By killing the bear. Where did David learn to kill Goliath? By killing the bear. That's what you see. Cleaning your house as a boy is a desert situation. There may not be any award or medal. Clean it well. Do that chore well. Do you know there's a Harvard study that says that children who are trained to do chores at home statistically end up greater than those who are not trained to do chores at home? Statistically, Harvard. Do you get what I mean? Harvard says so. A Harvard research that children who are trained to do chores at home end up greater than those who are not, who do not. So it's in the desert we prepare for the podium. What was David's rehearsal for killing Goliath, killing bear? Kill the little bears you can kill now. I know you wrote a book that your parents have not published. Write another one. I know you wrote a book. It's handwritten. It's in a 40-leaf note. Write another one. I know you take your mom's camera and you do video presentation and it's not posted anywhere. Do more videos. I know you are interested in public speaking, but no public is listening to you. Only your mirror in your room. Stand in front of that mirror. Repeat yourself. I know you are watching me this night and say, I want to speak fluently more than this guy. That is very good. Tonight, when they say go to bed, when your parents are sleeping, wake up, look at the mirror, say it to yourself again. It's in the desert we prepare for the podium. We don't prepare for the podium on the podium. So that's number one. Number two, in positioning for greatness, start something. Start something. And guess what? Start where you are. Start something. We have very few starters in life. That's why you have a great population of Nigerians looking for who to give them a job. Start something. We have too many people looking for who to give them a job. Not a lot of people are creating a job. Start something. And let me give you an announcement. The labor market is saturated. That's why it's even called the labor market. People are laboring. People are laboring to enter the labor market. So it's a laborious life. Start something where you are. Start something. Start something. They gave you a phone. It's not to look at nonsense. It's to start a channel. They gave you a device. It's not to watch others. People who are used to watching television are never on television. People who are on television hardly have time to watch television. So you see, you want your parents to give you devices. Give you devices because you want to watch. You want to watch. You want to watch. When is anybody going to watch you? Start something. That's not a position. If I did not start something, Coach Ebuka will not know me to say, come and speak. I'm speaking here not because an angel appeared to Coach Ebuka. He saw me speak somewhere. He saw me do something. He saw me start something. Guess what? What you do is the greatest publicity you need. You don't need a billboard. You don't need a flyer. What you do is your publicity. What you do is your showcasing opportunity. Do something. Let somebody stumble on what you do and say, what? Who is this? Let somebody stumble on what you do and say, who is this? Who is this? Let me share you a story in closing so that I can take questions, if any. Meanwhile, these are the 2 key points I'm going to give you. There are other points, but this is where I want to stop. I can see time. Let me give you a story to close it. A young lady 2 weeks ago flew to the United States of America for the first time in her life touching a plane. First time in her life. Guess what happened? First time. She had never been in a plane. She's from a poor family. In fact, she's attending a charity school run by our dear friends, the Bangwells, the 100 Naira a day school. That's where she's attending. And guess what? An opportunity came and they picked her because of her intelligence and what she was doing in the school. And she went to the US. Guess what? The family that hosted her in the US got her an iPhone. I hope I'm not blowing a secret, but okay, they would have told her by now. When Auntie Irene was telling me the story, the family had told them that they needed to relocate her to the US and they were taking responsibility for her education. So when Auntie Irene was telling me that, okay, they are back, they were still there. They had not even told the girl. She was just excited about the iPhone. She didn't know her life had changed. Why? What you do is the advertisement for the next level of your life. What you do is the advertisement for the next level of your life. So start something, and remember what I said earlier, you must be more consistent and persistent than your trials. I hope with these few points of mine, for those of you that will see physically tomorrow, for those of you that will join us continually online tomorrow, I really hope you are having a great weekend. I know, because the speakers on the flyer so far, I know your life can never be the same. All right, so if there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer them with the time I have. All right? Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you all.
Oh my God. I feel like telling you to please tell me more of the points I'm writing, and oh my God. Oh my God. What just happened?
In a short time.
In a short time. As in, we are saying some points, and some people here were just saying, hey, God. That story is just profound. Television. I know what the Bangwells are doing. And imagine a child from that background, speak. Somebody would have been there. Yeah, it's in 100 day school. I beg, I cannot kill myself. What good can come out of me? But I'm sure those people that we are picked, there was something unique about them. Opportunity. Opportunity. You say something about opportunity, that what you do is the greatest publicity you need. So why won't you do it well as a boy? And those ones that say, I've done it before, I've failed. Go again tonight. You did that, they didn't. Go again. Ali, I'm so blessed because sometimes you're doing something and I'm like, is anybody taking notes? You never can tell the day that light will burst forth. Go truth. Are you all right?
I'm not all right.
Oh my God.
Wow, I'm not all right.
Oh
hey,
my God.
What you do is the greatest publicity you need. So publicity is not really having a flyer. It's not being on the media, podium, talking. Everybody knows me. Just do what you do.
Just do what you do.
I am encouraged.
I'm encouraged. I'm strengthened. There's something this session just did to me.
Like these boys are so blessed.
These boys are so blessed. I'm like, God, if I started hearing this early, I would have been the president of US would have called me by now. Thank you, Coach. I'm sure some people have questions for you.
Yes.
We'll hear our pastor say some things. All right. He came in today to Abuja. Pastor is just popping. Coach, you need to see Pastor. He's popping.
He's popping.
He's popping. Please, let's see Pastor.
Let's see the popping Pastor.
All right. All right. Daddy, are you here?
Boys, if you have questions, put them in the chat room.
Put in the chat room. Let's just hear Daddy say a few things to us, and then we'll just take a few questions. While we allow Barrister Ocholi to just sip some tea, some coffee. Alrighty.
Is not here.
Is Daddy Osiri here? All right. I believe he's coming up. If you can just put his profile quickly while he comes up. All right. And then he will say a few things, and then we'll just take some questions.
Osiri Wisdom is a passionate, purpose-driven, self-motivated, and result-oriented natural leader with an exceptional relational disposition necessary to achieve synergy and teamwork. His life objective is to be the difference maker in any environment by pursuing excellence through adding value to systems and people, especially by exploring opportunities from challenges through creativity and adaptability to provide direction. He has a strong blend of academic, professional, and ministerial backgrounds that is instrumental to his multi-task orientation. He is the lead pastor of the Wisdom Place, Port Harcourt, with the vision of providing wisdom for direction in all facets of life, with special outreach focus on relationship, entrepreneurship, and leadership. He is also the lead consultant at Leadwise Consulting and the presenter of the live transforming radio programs Family Matters and Man Thing Show on Nigeria Info FM 92.3 Port Harcourt. He is a certified marriage mentor from the Institute of Marriage and Family Affairs, USA, and the founder of the prestigious Wisdom Driven Marriage Academy. He is a certified John Maxwell coach, a global leadership development platform. He serves on the board of many organizations, and one of his entrenched leadership mantra is, "One is only a voice, but together we become a force." He believes that it takes a team to make a dream work. He is happily married to Pastor Mrs. Favor Osiri Wisdom, a dynamic vessel of God, and they are blessed with 3 wise children, Covenant, Grace, and Wisdom. Dr. Osiri Wisdom, now speaking. Osiri Wisdom is a passionate, purpose-driven, self-motivated, and result-oriented natural leader with an exceptional
What an amazing session. What a life-transforming experience. Let's see the chat room and see some questions that our kings have. Please, let's open the chat room and let's take your questions from this session. All right, in the next 10 minutes, we'll be done. All right, Daddy will just say a few words to us while we take 1 or 2 questions if we have in the chat room. Please open the chat room and let's take 1 or 2 questions, and then we will be done. All right, it's been an amazing positioning for impact for the global stage. I've not heard it like this. Thank you once again, Barrister Ocholi.
So the global stage will not happen by chance.
Yeah.
It will happen. He said, prepare for opportunities because it will come.
Oh, yes. So let's take this question. Coach, somebody asking, can someone who is not educated create something extraordinary?
Yes is the answer. My light went up. Yes is the answer. Why do I say yes? Education is relative. The sad part is that we live in a country where education has only been said to be formal education, whereas informal education is the strongest form of education in the world. Informal education. I'll give you an example. I didn't go to school to speak my language, but I can speak my language fluently. How? Informal education, exposure. You see, that's why we have a lot of educated people who are not great at all. As in not great at anything. They went to all the school. I mean, especially when you travel. I have had somebody in multiple doctorates in the US carry me as Uber. I'm not saying that if somebody does Uber, they don't have a future. I'm just saying that that is what he was reduced to. Nothing further. Because the system he found himself in, it is not just about paper qualification. It is what else do you do when you get that paper. All right? So it's extremely important to understand that education is relative. What the person needs is education in the area that they seek greatness. Education. For instance, there is Koscharis, Mr. Cosmos Maduka in this country. He is speaking all over the world. He has the billions. His English does not look like billionaire English, but he has billions. Why? He had business education. So a man like that is now teaching people masters in business administration when he did not go to the school in the first place. A man like that is sitting on boards of banks and boards of companies, multinationals. Why? The street sense he brought from his village, that street sense is carrying him to the nations. So, formal education is good. But, if all you have is formal education, you are likely to be an educated failure. And they are all over the place. Educated, but making nothing of life. And that is why you also see people who are educated in a profession, but are great in another field. Why? When they were done with that education that gave them some foundation, they got education either on the street or through courses or through exposure, through mentorship in other areas where they found greatness. So yes, formal education is good, but formal education is not all that there is. That's why I thought the way I did about destination, about dream, about all we said about positioning. Why? Until you add something to formal education will only add a paper called certificate to you. And for some people, certificate is the reason why they will never be great, because the only thing they are proud of is that paper in their hand.
The paper in their hand.
Yeah.
My God.
Wow. Educated failures.
So educated failures. Yes.
Oh my goodness gracious. These boys are
Thank
blessed.
you. In fact.
Daddy, we're happy to see you. I told Coach True that I saw you today and you are popping. You are just shining, sir.
Popping.
Pastor is just popping like popcorn. My God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Is Minister Ocholi, let me tell you the secret. Should I tell the secrets?
I'm always ready to learn, sir.
It's because of Ruth. Ruth gave me a special soup. If you eat it, you'll be fresh.
Oh my God. Tomorrow, I don't want a full plate. Just half plate is enough. Half plate. Half plate is enough.
Pray about it.
Daddy, we're so happy to see you, sir.
Happy to see you, sir.
Welcome to Abuja.
Thank you. Thank
For you
you.
tomorrow.
Oh,
sir, we
yes.
like the way you're popping like popcorn, though.
My God, my God, my God. I told them that I'm going to a place I don't like to miss every year. That one is standard. Every year I must be in this conference. So I called them. You know, they spent almost 3 hours on this my hair, I'm telling you. Let me not tell you everything they did.
That is great, sir. Thank you so much. Welcome, sir. We are super excited to have you. We can't wait to see you physically tomorrow. We'll be talking about positioning.
I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm looking forward. My message is prepared. I'm prepared. And Coach Ebuka, the wife and the team, they just, got me to rest. And I can tell you, it's going to be amazing tomorrow, like never before. I'm looking forward to seeing our dear Pastor Ocholi and others there as well tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir. So we're ready for the main dish tomorrow. We just want you to give us the appetizer. All right.
Where's our appetite?
Where's our appetite? We've been talking about positioning for greatness, and we just want to hear what are your thoughts, what you would like to boys to even hear, as we prepare our mind for tomorrow. The rest in a few minutes, and we'll take.
All right, so I'll just do it in a few minutes so that we can get the other people back in here. But what is important for you to know, when it has to do with positioning, you must understand that position is so important because who sees you and who you see. Where you stand determines who you see and who sees you. That's the power of positioning. So I've listened to him, I've listened to about destination, I've listened to him about, global thinking. But I think I just want to add 2 more things or 3 more things to what he has said. So the first thing you have to do after he has said everything, if you are going to position, the first thing you want to ask yourself is do a reality check as a young man, as a boy. Where am I? The first thing you ask is, where am I? It's like using the map, Google Map. Before Google Map will help you, the first thing Google Map will help you is that it's going to ask you a question, where are you? All right, you're trying to book a flight online. The first thing they will ask you is, where is your location? So as a young man, you need to be asking yourself, where am I? And you can be in different places. You can be in a place where you understand purpose or not. You can be in a place where you are struggling with addiction. You can be in a place where you are, growing and remember. So that's the first thing. You ask yourself, where am I? Where am I? That's the first question I want you to answer. And I'm sure Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth has done a great job. So it's time for application, actually. So where am I? Where am I? The next one is, where would I want to be? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? So I am here. So, Bible in Acts chapter 1 and verse 8 says, you're going to go from Jerusalem to Judea to Samaria to the uttermost part of the earth. That's globalization. But you see, you have to now. So where will I rather be? So see where I am now. Where do I want to be? That's the second most important question. So I'm just going to leave you with like 3 or 4 questions, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Number 3 question is, how will I behave? And this is a part of what he has taught, and I want you to capture it like this. So 1 is, where am I? 2 is, where do I want to go to? Number 3 is, how must I behave to get there? You have to behave in a certain way to get to the place. You don't just behave anyhow and get there. So you cannot have a global desire and remain a local person for a long time. The same thing, you cannot want to have a lofty dreams and you are pursuing lousy character. Lousy character cannot give you a lofty dream, that big dream you have. So you cannot be waiting for people to be pushing you like wheelbarrow. You can only go as people push you. The day Coach Ebuka pushes you, you will do it. The day your mother say, I'll report you to Coach Ruth, then you read your book. The day they say that yeah, they are pushing you, you need to move away from there. So How will I behave? And that is where your value system comes. How will I behave? Because people behave themselves into something. You behave yourself into something. How will I behave? How do I get to that place? All right. How must I behave to be able to get to that place? All right. Let me give you number 4. All right. Number 4 is now. So number 1 is where am I? Number 2 is okay. So where do I want to get to? All right. Number 3 is how must I behave to get there? And number 4, which is the most powerful of all, is that you have to take action towards where you want to be. So 4 questions. 1, where am I? Number 2, where do I want to get to? 3, how must I behave? How must I behave? And number 4, the actions I must take. So as this conference started yesterday and it's going to end tomorrow, I want you to be asking yourself questions that has to do with taking actions. Questions that have to do with taking actions. It's so powerful. It's so important for you to be asking such questions that can help you take actions. If you do not take actions, you're not going to get the desired result. Deglobalization will not happen. That was why Pastor Julie was saying, write that book, do that one, go to the mirror. That is action. Please write this down. Life rewards actions. Life does not reward intentions. Please write it down. Life rewards actions. Life does not reward intentions. Life rewards actions. Life does not reward intentions. Oh, that's powerful. So more than any success principle, anybody, myself inclusive, will teach you, if you are not taking actions, you are not likely to get to desired destination. So I'm going to leave you right now with these 4 questions to ask yourself in this 4th nation. So I thought about where am I? Where do I want to get to? How must I behave? There's a way first class students behave. It's a behavior, it's a pattern. All right. It's a habit. Then what are the actions I must take? So 4 things I want you to do for each of the sections or all through the summit, all through the conference rather. You want to write this. Ask yourself, from what this person has said, or from everything said in this conference, what must I stop doing? I call this thing wisdom change toolbox. If you really want anything to change in your life, please follow this. It's simple, but it's powerful. Number 1 is, what must I stop doing? What must I stop doing? Okay, I need to stop these, because you know those things are stopping you. All right, I need to stop these, because those things are stopping you from going to where you are going to. All right, so I need to stop stealing. I need to stop lying. I need to stop street fighting. I need to stop following bad gangs. You know, so what must you stop? Please write this down. Number 2, what must I start doing? Number 1, under number 4, I mentioned 4 things. Number 1 is, that is how to give your life direction, and that is how to position. 1, where am I? Where am I? I need to know where I am. All right, because all of us are not in the same place. Maybe your own as a young man will be you where you are. It's that your father is no longer there. Your own said maybe I don't know my father. Your own is that I am a school dropout. Your own may be I failed JAMB. Your own might be I have passed JAMB, I'm looking for money to go. So you must find out where am I. That is very important. You can't go forward without knowing where you are. So where are you? Number 2 is where do I want to get to? My destination. Where do I want to get to? Number 3, how must I behave, which is your value system. It is those habits that will produce. And then number 4, I say actions you must take. And then under the action, I'm giving you 4 questions you ask yourself. I call it the wisdom change toolbox. Number 1 is you're asking yourself, what must I stop doing? Because if you keep doing the same old thing, you are going to get the same old result. You know how they say, if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, it says that is one definition of insanity. I will say that again. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result is one definition of insanity. I think it was by Einstein that says that the significant problems that we face cannot be solved by the same level of thinking we were when we created them. I'll say that again. The significant problems that we are facing cannot be solved at the same level we were when we created them. So what does that mean? You have to say, what must I start doing? What must I stop doing? So like he said, you need to start reading, for instance. You need to start taking your academics serious because you're not going to school for your parents, it's for your sake. What must I start doing? Next, you have to go to asking yourself, the next question is, what must I do more? Okay, so I'm already doing something good, but I need to do more of it. What must I do more? 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 All right, what must I do more? And then finally is, what must I do less? This thing I'm doing is good, but I need to do less of it. I need to do less of it. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there and allow Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth to get back to the next guest, and we'll just take this up. But I'll see you tomorrow. This is just trying to let you know that tomorrow Reformation is going to be something. It's going to be something. Let me tell you something I've come to learn. If you raise a boy well, you preserve a generation and give a generation a wing to fly. I'll say that again. If you raise a boy well, you preserve a generation and give that generation a wing to fly. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't miss it, whether online or on-site. I want to say a big thank you to Coach Ebuka and Coach Ruth, amazing people, and everyone who has been a part of this online session since yesterday.
When I met him, I already had something in mind.
I hope I did not overshoot the time you gave me.
I wasn't miserable. I
Thank
wasn't
you
walking
so
about
Thank you so much,
like
sir.
someone.
Wow. Life reward
a way
actions,
to-
not
Yes,
just
so-
intention. Not that
Yes.
I want to do it, I want to do it. Go ahead and do it. It's not the thought of your heart that life rewards, but what you are found doing. Thank you, Daddy. We have just one question for you here. A boy is asking, can a person who is not responsible still succeed in all aspects to become a leader?
Can somebody?
Who is not responsible still succeed? I'm sure the boy is
become a
asking.
leader.
Maybe somebody...
No. Leadership, responsibility is the hallmark of leadership. Responsibility is the hallmark of leadership. You know, and this leadership starts from self-leadership. It starts from self-leadership, being able to lead yourself before you try to lead somebody else. You have to. That was why I said you do not want to be a wheelbarrow that can only go as far as other people push them. People that position for globalization, they are not waiting for people to push them. That is taking personal responsibility. Let me tell you, leadership is a personal, non-transferable responsibility. Should I say it again? Leadership is a personal, non-transferable responsibility. I cannot be going to gym and then Coach Ebuka's muscle will be growing. It's not possible. If you want to grow your muscle, you go to the gym. Are you seeing that? So you have to take, and it's not just responsibility hanging in the air, it's personal responsibility. All right, it's personal and it's non-transferable. Your parents, that's why a rich man can raise a poor boy. That is why, because you have not taken personal responsibility. Because wealth is not genetically transferred. It's responsibility powered. I need to say that again. Wealth is not genetically transferred. It's responsibility powered. That's because some people who don't know how their parents got these resources, when the money is transferred to them, they will waste it. They will squander it. That was what happened to the prodigal son. You know, prodigal son said something very powerful. When he was leaving, he said something. He said, Father, give me what belongs to me. Share it. Then in verses 17 of Luke 15, he came back to the father. He did not say, Father, give me again. He just said, Father, make me. I believe that tomorrow and since yesterday, it's going to be about making. Reformation is about making. If you are still asking, give me, you have not entered this zone. It is a zone of make me. When you are made, you can produce any kind of result. So A person cannot be irresponsible and still succeed and become an enviable leader that other people want to emulate. No, it's not going to work that way.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. I don't have any other question. I know Coach Ocholi, some people were asking, let's have Paris Ocholi on the screen. What is podium? What is position? But these are questions that parents should what is destination? But yeah, these are questions I believe that parents should help them in explain those terms, what a podium, what all of that means, right? What is destination? But I think that is really something they should be in a position and all that. They should be able to sort. All right. Do we have final words as we close?
Says, how can you be matured if not by
age?
How can you be matured if not by age? Okay, Coach, Pastor Ocholi, go ahead. Share that one. It's in you.
Well, age plays a role, but age is the least of the issue when it comes to maturity. The role age plays is that you have more time to learn more things. Maturity is a function of how much you have learned that you are deploying. Because some people, they are learning, but they are not using. Like Pastor said, it's not just intention, it is action. And action is what reveals whether what you learned has entered. You get
all right.
It? All right. So age plays a role in the fact that you have more time to learn more things and to practice more things. But if you are growing older and not learning more things and practicing more things, you are just wasting time and age will not count for you. So your age only counts as a result of how much you learn and how much you deploy. Those two things. How much you learn and how much you deploy. So you have some people, they have lived for 40 years, but when you check how much they have learned or have done, they have only learned quality 2 years. That means they have wasted 38 years. All right? But you have some people, they have lived only 15 years. 15. Okay, let me use this example and stop. Lamine Yamal, Barcelona footballer. I happen to support Barcelona. We won the Spanish league yesterday. That boy is 17 years old. 17. He's met in Nigeria in secondary school trying to write JAMB. But he has been shaking what they call La Masia. That's the Barcelona Football Academy since he was 12, 13. So that by the time he was 15, 16, they promoted him to the senior team. Now he's in the debate to win the best player in the world this year. He's already in the debate. Now, some of you know Cristiano Ronaldo, the great. Ronaldo spent 9 years in Spain and won the league only 2 times. Lamine Yamal is 17. This is his 3rd season playing in the league. He has won the league twice. What it took another legend 9 years to win 2 times. This is his 2nd league title in 3 years. And he's just 17. So as at now, Lamine has European title with Spain, has all manner of titles with Barcelona. All right. So what happened to Lamine? Lamine simply has been put into a space where what is in him came out early. So Lamine doesn't need to write JAMB with you. His father made a statement that sounded funny, but it's true. His father used to be a supporter of the rival club to Barcelona, that's Real Madrid. So people brought out videos and pictures of the father supporting Madrid in the past. The man said, I am a Madrid fan, but right now, Barcelona pays my bills. So that's why I'm supporting Barcelona. This 17-year-old has changed his life forever. He said, I was a Madrid fan, but right now, Barcelona is feeding me. So forget that Real Madrid. I'm now Barcelona. So this boy is 17 years. This boy is 17 years. Right now, by reason of focus, by reason of early discovery, is like some people's lifetime. You get what I mean? So age plays its role, but it is what enters and what you practice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. Can we take this? How can I be whatever I want to be? Can I be whatever I want to be? Then go down. Let's see. We'll be closing with this. Can I be? This is really a very powerful example. Very powerful. I know those footballers now. They're in the chat room now, healing themselves. All right. Go to the end. Can I be whatever I want to be? Daddy, can I be whatever I want to be? I don't know in what context this boy is asking. All right. I know exactly
I will just scratch it and give it to Pastor Ocholi, who is a lawyer, to define the context, because context is what gives meaning to this. If you say you want to be what you want to be, well, if somebody come and say, I want to be an armed robber, are we going to support that? If somebody comes up and says, I want to be a kidnapper, are we going to support that? So you have to give us the context so that I can help you. But if you are talking about in terms of inspiration and potential, yes, you have the potential to anything that comes into your mind is because there is a potential already deposited there by God for you to achieve it. And that's why Bible says you can do all things. So if what you are doing is inclusive inside all things, you can do all things. Also, it says in Genesis 11, God says the thing that they have imagined, nobody can stop them. They can achieve it. So you can achieve it, but you have to define the context. Maybe somebody have told you will not achieve much. Someone have told you will not amount to much. We are here to affirm to you, you can, you will. In fact, you must become the best you were created to be. So I hand over to Pastor Ocholi to use the lawyer's own to wrap it up.
Okay, thank you, sir. Pastor has said it all. All right. So the only thing you should not be is anything God does not want you to be. But anything that God wants you to be.
Correct.
That's the summary of what Pastor has said.
Correct.
That's the conclusion of the whole matter.
He's using the principle of precedence and following the principle and facts. I understand Ocholi now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
It's been amazing this evening.
Thank you. It's been mind-blowing. We are blessed. We are pumped. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow morning.
We can't even wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow should come.
Tomorrow should just start coming. Thank you, sir, and have a wonderful, wonderful night rest. I will see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Bye. So, Kings, I know it's been a great time. And we're back at 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
for Kings Awake using the Boys Leadership Academy live stream. All right, our YouTube. All right, we are back for a special Kings Awake. Today is World Day of the Boy Child, and we are coming to make decrees of what we want God to do for us as kings. So it's a very key. Today is key, and it's a good day to make decrees over our life. So it's not the 11 p.m. usual. It's going to be 10 p.m. and just for 1 hour because we need to be sure we are set and we are ready for tomorrow. Because tomorrow is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a long, long time, and so we need to rest. Okay. See you all at 10 p.m. at Kings Awake. And if you're not in the academy, make sure you're part of us. All right. And join Boys Leadership Academy to be part of the greatness happening. We love you all.
We love you.
And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you all.
See you
and the Kings Awake and
later.
See you tomorrow at the grand finale. Bye, everyone.